Madrid, Man City, Lask, and Como. And only one is left. David, please. To be formally correct, we need to open all the balls and see the last name.
Slovan Bratislava.
Slovan Bratislava, coached by a legend, Yaya Touré. Slovan Bratislava has qualified through the playoffs to be here in this league phase. And they will face Inter, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Betis, Lille, Stuttgart, and Lask.
Exciting stuff settle now. The draw. It is now complete, and those final fixtures included taking on Saturday.
Yeah, they're fantastic to look already around. Of course, that the grid shows you fixtures not necessarily the Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us.
On Tuesday, the 8th September.
So, all boy, you'll see.
All right, let's get to the expression. The game. I think this picture in the
up and you now know each video.
Subtle heartbeat.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dying.
Thinking about a car. Now,
Yep, this is our vending caravan.
works just like other cars. It's brand new. Pick your ride. Monthly payment. That's buy now. And that brand car delivered to your door. Yep. Dog feeds to you. A factory fresh car. And that it feeling. A new car today on Carvana.
We're running out of time. So get in on the latesters. And leave the most to get you every time.
And that's all I have about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount+.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it? League on Paramount+.
Dad, like him.
I know John through your dad.
I will not let it get my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episode only.
All right. Play good game.
Into our network, Europeans draw has wrapped up. Here's a look at some of the top matches between opponents. Also face Real Madrid in the rematch of the 2025 quarterfinals. Rodri will face Man City at the Camp Nou as a Barcelona player. Bayern Munich will look to get revenge on Arsenal from last year's league phase blowout. From outside just pot one, Jose Mourinho, Metropolitano, and Dortmund will make a trip up north to Bodo Glimt. Welcome back into more Big Faber and Jeff Reeves. What a draw, so much really to break down, so much to take in. But of course, we need to talk about first the reigning champions, PSG. They win it for the first time 2 seasons ago. Follow that up by winning it again. Now, that many teams have been able to do Nico in going on to win it for a third consecutive time. What'd you make of the schedule that they were given in this?
Yeah, hopefully for them, they now try to make top 8. They won the twice, not finished 8. And you can have faith that they can get it. Bratislava. Don't remember that last season they also got it in the league phase. They were playing their subs, so we'll see how much emphasis they put on that. This is not the schedule. This will be out on Saturdays. And first, pot 1 teams, pot 2 successively all the way to pot 4. So overall, I think there's potential for PSG to finally finish in the top 8. Yeah.
I disagree.
I'm not
PSG has been so unlucky for 4 years.
Clearly,
In this time around,
I
PSG was
don't know
the most
what their
competitive
mindset is.
I've ever seen from them.
The first league phase of the tournament.
So what's the average of both leagues?
In the early games, so, and they're certainly not a worse team than they were last year. There'll be many, well, they're the favourites to win it again. So I just can't get my head around PSG, and they're quite happy. So they've said, we don't want to be the team that everybody's hunting. You want to be them. We want to head the pack. No, but it was.
Is there any teams that PSG are on that you could?
I think Aston Villa could do. I mean, I think the home games, I think they take care of business. Obviously, Barcelona's not going to shock anybody if they go into Paris and win. Yeah. But the away games, I think Como could do something special. I think Aston Villa could. Man City could. I don't know if Villarreal, how much they're going to put into it, but Yeah, any of those away games could
How much will it depend, though, on the order of the games? In terms of, you know, if they go back, if they are, let's say it comes out that they are Barca, say it comes out as is, actually. I mean, if the bottom three away, their toughest games
Would be a beginning.
Yeah.
I think they feel like those back end games are going to give them 12 points. Those bottom four there, or maybe 3 or 4 of them. So I don't even think they could do the same thing. Put their reserves in against Barcelona again.
Listen, I think PSG in the 2 knockout stage games, the knockout stage playoffs that they drew French teams also against Brest the first time out, and they demolished them, and then it was Monaco, right? When you play a team from your league, I think it's a little bit different, especially when you're the big brother always, right? At least in recent history. So to a certain degree, they got lucky there. I think they're gonna genuinely try to finish top 8 this time. Just get a rest. They've been non-stop for the last 2 years, quite literally. They haven't really had too much of either a preseason or a vacation. The best fullback in the world, Nuno Mendes, or one of, he looked gassed at the World Cup. Tired, very tired. And even if they rotated in Liga, he looked
Do you think
depleted.
that's why they brought Luca Dean in?
100%. To have that depth, that quality and depth as well, to be able to rotate guys, rest some guys, because PSG has really been non-stop over the last 2 years. Think about it. They won the Champions League, then they went into the Club World Cup, and then they had no rest. So all to the final, and then move their players into a long 2 years.
It truly has. It feels like no for them. Well, there's so much to continue diving into with Champions League, but don't forget that we still have another draw coming up tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow morning for more. It's the UEFA Europa Conference League draw. We'll start at 7 a.m. Eastern. Morning Footy will react to all the reveals right when it ends. It'll be myself, Nico, Benny, Jeff, and Mim, and we'll be joined by Phil Neville making his Golazo. We'll be live on the Golazo Network and on YouTube as we are right now. So stick with us. We're going to continue into Champions League. We'll take a look at some of the other top teams in this competition.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the running man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. The entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
Welcome to the running man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here.
Yeah, let's talk.
Open your eyes. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies. Now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest. stage.
Written in the stars. What a difference she has made.
The question is, can you handle it? Crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my hand.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what
On Arsenal from last year's league phase blowout.
I don't know what to say, bro. We say all these matches is gonna be epic. Like, I'm personally excited to see Paris against Barcelona, Paris against City, Liverpool against Atleti, Liverpool against at the same time.
So
it is kind of easy too at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. I just think it's
they beat
more
them
balanced.
in the league phase last season.
But I do think that
the wind at their backs
Atletico
at the
Madrid is
moment.
gonna
They've
get
got
knocked
the
out
feeling
in
they
the
got
league
to the
phase.
Champions League final last time.
Just look at their
Their
teams
mentality
right
is
now.
we now want to go
Bayern,
on
Liverpool,
and win it.
United,
So I think
PSV,
whoever they drew,
tournaments.
Claudia,
But
would feel,
Viking
if you're going to win it,
Stuttgart. I think
you've
the
got
only two teams
to
that
play everybody.
Atletico will be
I
the
don't
last
think they'll
two,
be looking
Viking
at
and
that schedule
Stuttgart.
there and
I
thinking,
do think that they're going to struggle against
we're
United
gonna
and
struggle.
PSV.
Arsenal went
I do
unbeaten.
think they're going to
Top
struggle
of the league
against
phase
Fenerbahce, and I
last
do
time
think
out.
they're going to struggle
I
against
see two
So
teams
I honestly think
that
that
are at their level.
probably could get
I see
knocked
two
out by
teams that it could
like,
go either
and
way.
get,
It could surprise them, but
6 points,
you
and that
should
would
beat
be
Dortmund at
elimination
home.
right
You
there.
can very well beat Napoli away. And then four
Barcelona
more teams
is
in
in,
Lille,
I think
Sabah,
Barcelona
Slavia
will
Praha, and
easily
Betis. With
qualify
all due
to the
respect
next
to them, that
round.
Arsenal are better
No
than.
problem.
You can get maximum
the
points
most
from
game,
them.
I just
the
wonder if
game I'm
Dortmund are
most
going to be the
excited
same.
about is
Remember last season?
the Paris against
Every game they were
Barcelona.
involved in, they either
All
scored
about
4,
Man City, obviously.
conceded 4,
And then
or it was a 4-all
Arsenal's
draw.
gonna be a good game.
Are they
That
the team
game's
of
gonna be
4
special
again?
because it's gonna be Real Madrid,
Didn't
Bayern,
know Dortmund last
and I
season,
think
they were a great
Arsenal have
watch,
the
but you
potential
never back them.
Especially
destroy
away
the-
to
like
Arsenal.
the last faction,
Again,
like
no
Real
disrespect
Betis,
to these teams, but you
Lille,
go away to Arsenal, you're
Napoli,
immediately the
Sabah,
underdog,
and Slavia.
especially if you're a team with
And City,
out a
obviously,
project
because
that
mentioned
is
Paris and
really
Barcelona.
reinforced, and Arsenal
I think
are in a groove.
City will
They're a really
struggle,
good football
honestly.
team.
I
They
think
understand who
City,
they are. They know how to
out
play.
of the
and
8
they
teams
can
from
make a game
part
difficult.
1, I do think
So
that
even Real Madrid at home, I know it's
City,
Real Madrid.
Liverpool,
You fancy Arsenal's
Atletico
chances to compete really well with the Real
will get
Madrid and
eliminated.
possibly take
One
3
of those
points
teams
there.
will get eliminated early on.
Out of their schedule, I think there's only
because
one
I
game
think
that I would say
Liverpool's
that
gonna
they're
struggle
the
against
underdog, and that's
Inter,
probably Bayern on the
Porto,
road. Every other game, I think they're
Villarreal,
favorites. Obviously, Real
Fenerbahce,
Madrid is a
and
coin flip at
just look
times.
at-
Maybe
just look
Arsenal's
at
favorite,
what's
but any
happening
day
right now.
Real
They're
Madrid can
struggling
beat
to
you.
beat,
Beyond that, I look at the
they're struggling
schedule,
to
and
beat
yes,
the
I think
Premier League
Dortmund
team
gives them a
from
game.
from
I
last
think
week,
Dortmund
so-
comes in. They've won Champions
And
League.
I don't
They've
like-
had deep
Araujo
runs in
still
Champions
needs
League,
to
so they
look
come in
good
with confidence,
dynamics.
and that's not an
Like, the
easy
team's
game.
going
Albeit
to-
Arsenal
going
should get 3
to
points. And the
reshape.
only other one that I'd
And
slightly
obviously
disagree
Barcola's coming in, but
is
I
Real
don't
Betis on
think
the road.
Liverpool
Right?
needs
Real
Barcola. I
Betis
think
sometimes can
Liverpool
pose a
needs more
threat,
of a
especially
controlling midfielder.
at home.
I do
A
think they need to
Spanish
fix the
team
midfield
that
area. I think the
has played in
forward line
Europe.
is already good.
Of course,
top
Arsenal is a
tier,
favorite
but
in that game.
Listen, I'm not saying that
But
Betis is
Cola,
a
in my
bad team,
opinion,
Napoli is a
wasn't
bad team. You
necessary.
make Champions League in a top 3 league, you're a good football team. You're going up against Arsenal, who made the Champions League final, who was the best team in England. That says something.
Yeah, of course.
So there's a certain pressure to deliver. Maybe not against every single opponent and
Arsenal
not ask for perfection, almost like they did in the last league phase, but finish top 8 for sure, and if top 2 is in grasp, why not go for it?
But why not do the same again? Why not? Mikel says, right, listen, we were perfect last season. That is our target. It's exactly what we want. It gave us security, it gave us assurity. So we want to finish the league phase with that 100% record once again.
And knowing Arteta, I think he will say that. I think that will be his aim.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at another big team in this competition,
100%.
Barcelona, who it's been a while since they've been able to lift the Champions League title. Benny, when you look at this schedule, how does the strength of this schedule look to you for Barcelona?
Yeah, look, I don't think it's the toughest of schedules. I think City and PSG, of course, but you're always going to play two top teams from that first pot. Aston Villa, I think, is not the same team that they've been in the last couple of years. Sporting, Feyenoord, Galatasaray on the road, sometimes a difficult matchup. And I mean,
So
Sabah
there's a team
and Como is
called
obviously another
Sabah.
wild card.
That team was
but
only
I think for
founded
Barcelona,
like 7
they're
years,
looking
no,
at
not
top
7
8,
years,
right? I
no,
think they need
roughly
that. They need
10
to
years ago,
not only get that
around
buy,
10 years
and I
ago.
think they have
And now they're
obviously the
Champions
bodies
League
to do it, but they
contenders.
also have the schedule.
Not
It's not one of the
contenders, but
strongest
they're
ones that
Champions,
I've seen from that pot day.
debutants. They're gonna make their first.
It would be nice if Barcelona
They're gonna
could
make
get
their debut in
a
the
cheeky
Champions
away
League this
win
season.
at PSG, which they weren't able to do
because not
last
only
season.
gonna,
What if they
like,
get
they
maximum
only got-
points
they
from
only-
Manchester City
that team Sabah was
and
only founded in
PSG?
2017.
That's the
So,
mentality
and
of
two Premier League
these
teams who have faced
big
them.
teams in Europe. I mean, same goes for Manchester City and PSG, right? Vice versa.
Well, let's talk
you
about
want to
it.
win those
So,
pot 1
okay,
games
so,
whenever
look,
it is
just
that they
looking
come.
at the Premier
You know,
League teams
maybe
alone,
they have
I
a certain
think
obligation,
the
numbers-wise, to win at PSG on match day 8 and we get a better
Arsenal,
game.
because
If
they
it
will
is
play
that
Real Madrid,
the
Bayern,
schedule
Dortmund,
has them.
Real
It depends
Betis,
when it-
Lille, Napoli,
If it was
Sabah,
match day
and
1,
Slavia.
I still
Right.
think they would have the same approach if it was match
United,
day 8.
I think,
Because
on
it
paper,
lays down a
United
marker,
has a
doesn't
kind
it, for
of
later on in the
easy
competition. And
to
also,
mid
these
difficulty level,
are the big
because
dogs
I do
in the
see that.
competition.
I do see
So they can
Arsenal
point to it earlier in the
United
competition.
being
Yeah, we beat them earlier on.
competitive against
Also, as
Bayern,
well,
but
we
I think
both know
they
that
will lose
PSG
that.
and Barcelona,
I think
you can only
United
play
has
one
a
way.
great shot at
There's
defeating
nothing going to
Atletico,
change, is it?
Roma,
It's not Hansi
Sporting,
Flick's going to go there and say,
Real,
tell you what, keep it
Sabah,
tight
and
at the
Como.
back, lads.
But
And
it just depends on how they perform. Just look at what happened against was it Wolves that they lost 2-0? So look, they just gotta
we're not doubting
perform
now
at the
that they'll
highest
have a
level,
deep
and
run. Barcelona
they will
will
be
be a
able to
semi-final
win
team, aren't
most
they?
of these
Come on, let's
games.
be honest.
I hope so.
Liverpool,
I think
same
that
thing
you want to see
as
as many
United.
of those top
They
teams go
need to
far
perform
and
at the
compete
highest
against
level.
each other as many times as
But
possible.
I feel like big
Inter,
picture,
Porto, Club
it's
Brugge,
make top
I
8,
think out of
don't
all
get
these 8
complicated,
teams,
and then
3 of them
once the knockout
will be,
stage starts, take it from there.
kind of difficult to
Like
beat,
for
and the
these
rest
teams,
5
really, sure,
should
you
be
can
easy
lose
to
to a
defeat.
Manchester City and
Like,
then against a
Lens is
PSG,
not
but if you
complicated team.
redirect
Lens
course
is not
with the
complicated
other
team.
games
Fernandes
that
is not
are
complicated
very
team.
well in your favor,
And
make the
Villarreal
knockout stage in a top 8
yeah, I
fashion,
don't
and then
know,
you
yeah,
see
Club
from there.
Brugge is
And
not
Barcelona, the
difficult to
Champions
beat.
League, really? I mean, they lost to Chelsea at
Aston
Stamford
Villa.
Bridge. For Barcelona, the Champions League starts in the knockout.
Do you think
Last
these teams, though,
year's
also look at it kind of like
Europa
maybe
League
Mikel Arteta did last year? Do they want to be top 1, top 2 so they
Barcelona,
get
PSG,
the home
Dortmund, Club Brugge,
on the set?
I think they go
Galatasaray,
game by
and
game.
Vikings. Like,
They take it
I
game by
think
game, and then if they
Aston
find
Villa
top
will
1,
be able to
top
advance
2,
to the
then
next
you go
round
for it.
based on this.
Anything else that
first
really
8
stood out
games.
to you from
They will
this
struggle against
draw,
PSG. They
Nico?
will
Any
struggle against
super
Barcelona.
great
Dortmund, I see
matchups
as a
that you're
different
really looking
story
forward to?
because
I
they
mean,
have
you
an
talked
amazing new
about
goalkeeper replacing
Sabah,
Emiliano Martinez.
who are
As a matter of
hosting
fact, I think
Barcelona
Emiliano Martinez is
as
going to
well.
Chelsea.
United as well.
But the
United
point
have
is,
a couple interesting
Villa
matchups that are well.
have-
Again,
they
same thing goes for
recruited one
them.
of the
I would
top
like to have seen a
goalkeepers,
shot of Thierry
young
when
goalkeepers
Como drew Barcelona.
that's out
As
there
a
right
part
now.
owner of Como, and obviously his
And the
legendary
defense,
status
the defense
at
pretty solid
Barcelona.
despite
What a
Lucas
day that's
Digne
going to be.
leaving
Thierry.
for
Well, actually, it won't be because he'll be in the
PSG.
studio, won't he?
Well, he probably looks
Not,
as they said, French.
Galatasaray, yeah, Galatasaray's a
All
good
right,
team,
well,
but
we are going to take a quick
it's basically
break
a team
here.
made,
Benny will be giving us
made
the 8
of
teams
old
that he
players,
think
so
will make the
I
top
don't
8
think
in the
it's gonna
league
be-
phase table. That's coming up next.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. The entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies. Now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it? The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
The big boys are flexing their muscles in the Champions League.
It's the principal Manchester City scorer, a principal Champions League scorer, who does the damage.
Quickly, three players converge, but he's beaten them all. Lamine Yamal! Oh, wow. Well, sometimes he just defies description.
Kane. Not a lot of space to work with here, but he's done so well. It's Kane! Oh, it's exceptional! How on earth did he work the space for that? And finds that finish.
Oh, that's a brilliant goal. Guess who's got it? Kylian Mbappe.
Paris waited, Neuer waited, just to see where that ball ended up. 3-goal advantage now.
Taking a look at some of the numbers from last year's Champions League stars, Kylian Mbappe led the way with 15 goals, even with Real Madrid's quarter-final departure. Player of the season, Kavicha Kvaratskhelia, had 10 goals and 6 assists to lead PSG to their second straight title, while Harry Kane had 14 goals and his record-breaking assists. All of those stars will be back this year to try to lift their teams to a top-8 finish in the league phase. So, Benny, you are going to take us through who you think will reach that top 8. And for those watching live on YouTube, let us know your thoughts on Benny's list in the comments. But, Benny, let's start with your top 8 before the draw started, before after.
That's right. So first I had my prediction based on just the teams, right? And
Vibes.
Yeah, vibes a little bit. Aura. Right, and so most of these teams are going to be the ones that you'd expect changes.